Okay, so, oh shit. Shoot, is what I said. Oh shoot, oh darn the luck. Good morning, guys. Hi. I just got back to Missouri. I was in Utah for 2 months. Y'all didn't even know, did you? And I just ordered my my French press and my electric kettle. So let's make some coffee. We've got a bus to get back to building. Like not expensive either, so it's probably really poorly made, but I don't know. We're about to find out. Oh, howdy ho, all y'all. How are we? I'm well. Hey, so today, all about some tests. We're gonna do some tests. What are we testing? Oh, gross. What are we testing? Well, we're testing two things. What? Yeah, we are testing two things. The first thing we're testing, this is a piece of corrugated steel, roofing, metal, tin, corrugated tin stuff. And I had thought about using it for the ceiling in Earl. I decided against it because I thought, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do like some sort of wood situation instead. Then today, Lowe's having a sale for the next like 6 weeks. Corrugated steel, tin, roofing stuff is half price. So I did like the cost breakdown, and literally at least half the price of doing wood slats on the ceiling. Also a little bit thinner. And so I'm considering it. The condition is I do not want it to be shiny and new and pretty and clean like this. So today I'm experimenting with rusting it on my own. How am I gonna do that? Well, this is how I'm gonna do that, or at least this is how the internet says that I'm gonna do this. I have a bowl of soapy water and some steel wool. Why do I have these two things? Well, let me tell you. Number one, the soapy water is going to remove the oily coating that's on the corrugated steel. The oil is on the corrugated steel to protect it and keep it from rusting. It's the whole purpose. So we're going to remove that. We're using steel wool to remove it because ideally we're going to get some really small micro scrapes all over this piece of corrugated steel. Then we're going to rinse it all off, and then we are going to just really haphazardly, you can spray it, you can pour it. We got a dog chasing a rat, gross. We're going to really haphazardly spray the, go rat, go. We're going to really haphazardly spray this salty mixture. We're just combining salt and water together into a solution. We're going to really haphazardly cover this corrugated steel with it, and that is going to cause it to rust very quickly, apparently within a few days. Once it gets to the point where we are happy with it, we like the amount of rust, we are going to put a rust arrestor on it. There's lots of different clear coats, things like that. Anything that blocks the oxygen, I think, should stop the rusting. Anyway, we're going to experiment with this. We're going to see how it goes. Fingers crossed. So let's do this first. I don't know if I remembered to tell you this or not, but what was in here was dish detergent. We were just looking for something that would cut the oil and remove it. And then again, you know, micro tears. All of these little like places where we can cause, you know, like a little scrapes and trauma to the steel, should take the rust better, I guess. I don't know. Let's rinse this off and then we'll get the salt solution on it. Okay, so I rinsed this off, and by this I mean the corrugated sheet metal, corrugated steel, corrugated tin. What's it called? Somebody tell me. So I just made a really salty solution, and I also sprinkled a little salt up on that thing. So I'm just gonna kind of pour this on it pretty haphazardly, and I'm just gonna let it sit there and dry because I want it to rust, and I want it to rust inconsistently. And over there, I found myself trying to be really gentle with it when I was rinsing it off, and then I just don't know why. You know, like if you're looking for a reason to be gentle with this, well, there aren't any. I mean, the whole point of this is for it to look used and old and beat up and have a nice rusty patina on it, apparently is what they call it. So I'm just gonna pour this mixture on, okay? Like, I'm not even pouring it, I'm just kind of like whatevering it, you know? It's a really precise technique, whatevering it. And I'm gonna go in with some more salt too, why not, you know? Give me a reason why not. Okay, I'm also gonna go in one more time with some steel wool. I just wanna get this, I just wanna mess it up, you know? Okay, experiment one, done. Well, not done. I'll do updates. We'll see how it goes over the next few days. I think it should only take a few days. We'll see. Next, paint. Oh, okay guys, next. What is next? Well, let me tell you, this is the next little experiment that we're doing. It is getting cold here in rural Missouri, and I want to use this stuff, Rust-Oleum, on the outside of Earl. Wouldn't it be great if I could do a real like auto body paint job? That would be great. It also would be great because that would mean that I would have like another extra like 15 grand for an amazing legit paint job. And unfortunately, neither of those are an option. Either the extra $15,000 or the real auto body paint job. So this is a great alternative. There are a lot of different options, but Rust-Oleum obviously is going to resist rust. It's a great protectant. And number two, it's oil-based, and it's just an all-around like super intense protective paint, and it's super affordable. So what are my plans? Well, my plans are to keep the roof white for a lot of reasons, but number one, heat. I really wanted to do the rest of the body in like a dark, smoky, like slate gray, and really quickly realized that that was a really bad decision when it came to heat, because I really planned to follow the weather. I planned to stay in relatively warm-ish locales. Not always. I'll venture into the mountains, into the chilly winter mountains occasionally, but regardless, I do not want a super dark color. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going for a slightly lighter gray. The problem is with Rust-Oleum, as far as I can tell, you can't tint it. So you have to go with one of their predetermined options. Luckily, they have this smoke gray, but I want to make sure that I'm cool with the color before I commit. So they didn't have a smaller can, so I got this bad boy. It's fine. I'll find something else to do with it. However, here's the rest of the story. I'm also considering doing like a relatively wide stripe, like this width, down the side of wide plank, very dark stained wood. Sort of like wide plank, rustic, dark stained wood flooring, essentially, down the side, along the back, just to give it a little bit more character, just to help it look a little less school bussy, almost like a woody Volkswagen, almost. But I just don't know. It like looks cool in my mind, but I don't know how it will look on here. And you know, one thing that everyone doing this runs into is, you know, you do whatever you want with your bus, but it is very easy for them to end up looking very trashy. I was trying to find a better word. It's really easy for a Skoolie bus conversion to end up looking really trashy and cheap and poorly put together and just, you know, not nice. I mean, that's why a lot of nicer campgrounds won't allow Skoolies. You know, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I guess, I don't know, part of me gets it. You know, if I had a $1 million Prevost, however you say it, you know, RV bus, and I was paying $100 a night for my spot, I might, you know what, I might be annoyed if a hippie van pulled in next door. Maybe. Well, I wouldn't, but I guess I understand why other people would. Anyway, let's put a little of this paint on here and see how it looks. I went off on a tangent. I got a couple wood flooring samples. This isn't exactly the wood that I would like shoot for. I would probably do Shishugibon myself, but I just wanted to see what it looked like next to this color of gray. So let's get this open. Let's get a little up in there. Okay, so I just got a cheap little foam brush. This probably is definitely not what I would use if I was really painting this, but I was just grabbing a cheap brush. So let's just get a little of this on here and we'll see how it looks when it's dried, right? It's probably gonna look quite a bit different when it's dried. All right, got way too much on my brush. All right, so the first thing I see with this brush is that it's not cool. It's not gonna work. It's very like wiry. There's a lot of texture. So I think it would take a lot of coats. Okay, it just takes some thickness, that's all. All right, so I might have to put a couple coats on this to really get a good idea of how the real thing would be, but that's all right. So once I have this paint sussed out, the next thing is going to be removing all these darn stickers. There's a lot of stickers on the bus. You know, school district name, some of the warning signs, and we'll see how those go. I think they should be relatively easy. I have a heat gun. I'll tell you all about it. I'll show you all about it in the next video. Okay, so, oh shit. Shoot, is what I said. Oh shoot, oh darn the luck. Just a second, I got a situation. Okay, situation remedied. So let's take a look at this. It's not dry yet, so it's gonna be different, obviously. But yeah. I think I don't hate it. It's a little bluer. It's a little blue, isn't it? Let's get some of this wood up next to here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We're gonna let this dry. I'll check back in a few. Oh, hi. I couldn't help but overhear you saying how desperate you were to watch more YouTube videos. Well, you can. Subscribe here. You won't miss a thing. Or watch my film, Once Is Enough, right here. Or just click here. Watch another video.